Tom Feldman, and this is Play Country Blues. Hey, I'm Tom Feldman, playcountryblues.com. Today I'm going to do a quick lesson on the 32nd Thursday song that was done on 11/7/19. If you missed it, here it is. So there was the riff. Here is the tuning. We're at open D tuning. D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. And for those of you who know me, I am using unwound third string as always. It is an 18 gauge plain steel. And the main lick around this song is going to be centered around right there. Open second, hammer on the 3rd fret 2nd string. That's it. Now we're going to bend up on that 1st string 3rd fret. And instead of just letting that 1st string be open as a D, I want to go to the 5th fret 2nd string, which is also a D. But there you have choices. You can either just play it as the note, you can do vibrato, or you can slide into it. None of those things you can do with an open string. An open string just sounds open, but there you've got choices. Slide, vibrato, or you can cut out the note altogether. Now with the resonator guitar, you're going to get a little bit of harmonic resonance, but nonetheless you're able to do more with that fretted note as a D string on that 2nd string 5th fret than you would on an open 1st, which is why I opt for it. So here's that part. Next part, 3rd string 1st fret, 4th string 3rd fret. Now there, I can either opt for that open D on the 4th string. I could slide to the 5th fret on that 5th string, because remember, whatever you can do on the 2nd string, you can mirror it on the 5th string because they are tuned to the same, right? So anything you do on the 2nd string, you can do on the 5th string. So those are choices, again, you could have. I'm just going to stick with an open D because I don't really want to do anything else to it. I'm going to basically repeat that riff. But this time, I do want to have a little bit of something of a different tone. I still want that D note, but I want to go back to my 2nd string 5th fret so I can basically have a sonic difference between the two riffs. So one is going to end on that D, or you could do that 6th string as well. The other one is going to end on that 2nd string 5th fret. So the two of them together. Going to go around one more time to that open D, and now we're going to end it with really anything you want. You're going to start with that 3rd fret 3rd string, and I like to do a some kind of rake, whether I'm doing it with my fingers where I'm just basically I've got my note that I want, which is that 3rd fret 1st string. I'm using my 1st finger behind it to cut out strings 4, 3, and 2, and then I'm able to hit it, which gives me this. And I'm just going thumb, finger, finger, finger to the note. Or you could rake down. But here it is. That's just 1st string 3rd fret, 2nd string 3rd fret, going to the 1st fret 3rd string. Now you can go to the 4th string 3rd fret, and then you can do walk downs. You can of that is fair game. You can also do pull-offs. That's all fair game too. You just need to get a resolution to it, which is going to be that open 6th string, okay? So here all it is together. Just one example of what that could be. Now, that works really, really well if you've got a band backing you, and that's actually how I came up with this. Is I was asked to play guitar on a recording, and it fell right into place with what was going on, and it's a great little blues riff. Great if you have a band. You don't need to really mess with the bass. You can just play the lead notes, and it works wonderfully well. Listen to Muddy Waters, great example of that, where he's playing those single string lead lines and there's not much bass going on because you don't need to have the bass because you have a bass player and a drummer, etc., etc. The only reason why we need bass is because there is the lack of that, and that is something that if you're going to be playing this as a solo arrangement, you are going to have to figure out how to get some bass in there. You can basically do a alternating bass in places, but when you get to this 4th string, you need to cut out the alternating bass. So it would be like this. So there you could hear that I was doing an alternating bass, but then when I got to that 4th string, I'd either cut the bass out altogether or I would just stick with that 6th string bass. Now again, for those of you who have seen me play or know what I do, you know that I like to do this kind of down stroke thing, which is a percussive right hand, and that's great to fit in also. So on and so forth. That is a lot messier, we'll say, of a sound than an alternating bass. And that's, again, up to you as to what you want to do. Do you want it to sound more dirty? Because we're in an open tuning, which is something I actually like to do a lot when somebody asks me to play on a song of theirs, whether it's in a live setting or in a recording setting, I actually prefer to be in an open tuning because it just gives me so much more freedom. So if I doing with a little dirtier sound, I have the freedom and the liberty to hit more strings. I don't have to focus so much on being so precise as I do when I'm in standard tuning. And you don't have as many choices, in my opinion, for what I like to do. And that's just my personal preference, and it's based around what I know how to do on the guitar. So that's something to just kind of think about, that yes, you can do this riff in standard tuning in the key of E, or because that's basically what we're doing. If you think about open D, don't think of so much of a D chord like we're playing that. Think of we're actually using an E chord position, but drop down a whole step. And that's why a lot of your E blues licks work in open D tuning. So I'm going to play through pretty slowly, and you'll get the feel for it, and then you'll be able to run with it and do with it as you would, okay? So here we go. Here's the slow version. that's about it for this lesson. If you're looking for more in this vein, head to playcountryblues.com. There are over 70 lessons there that I do believe will help you, and not only just learn songs, but it will help you to learn how to play the guitar in new and interesting ways, which then you can then apply to whatever it is you want to do. That's playcountryblues.com. Until next time, take care.